Big upset in the boxing world after Juan Manuel Márquez knocks out boxing champ Manny Pacquiao in the 6th round of a Las Vegas mega fight.
I'm starting getting careless on that round because I thought I got him. I never expect that punch, and he got me. He got me the good one.
Joining me now is sports journalist Ted Lerner from Angeles City in the Philippines. Okay, Ted, you probably can't get a bigger star than Manny Pacquiao to the Philippines. What's the reaction there?
There's a lot of hand-wringing going on. Maybe people saying he should retire and all this. But, I mean, the actual punch, the way it ended, that alone was very shocking. Yes, even for people who thought that Márquez might win, just the way it ended, it's very shocking to see Manny Pacquiao unconscious, knocked out on the canvas. That's usually what Pacquiao was doing to other fighters earlier in his career.
And the two of them, of course, Márquez and Pacquiao have quite a competition going on between them. But the fact that he was knocked out, as you say, could this signal that, I mean, are people saying that maybe he's reached the peak of his career?
That's really for Manny to decide. I personally think you have to go back a little bit, in that a lot of people over the last 4 fights were saying that, Manny has lost his edge, and I was writing about it, and it's very clear that he had lost the edge. He used to be this wild child who would just go out and obliterate people, and just with a big smile on his face. And recently, he's had all the distractions. He's gotten involved in politics. He became a born-again Christian, and he's pretty much abandoned his Catholic faith. And by the way, that's another story coming out now. But I think that what people were looking for is, where's the old Pacquiao? Where's that old hunger? Where's that desire to come out and kick some butt and just enjoy it? Because that was always what made Manny unique. He just loved fighting. He was this wild kid from the streets, and he would just come out and obliterate people. And I think yesterday, despite all the hand-wringing, that we saw that Pacquiao, and it didn't happen because of, he turned to God, and it didn't happen because he's a great politician or anything like that. It happened because Manny Pacquiao got knocked on his can in the 3rd round. And when he got up, he was desperate. That was the real Manny Pacquiao right there. And he came out for the next round and a half. He was like a woodcutter. I mean, he just plowed through Márquez. That was really some of the most exciting boxing I've ever seen. And I think right there, that is the real Manny Pacquiao. He came back. So it's really up to him whether he wants to fight or not. And I think he can fight again. He just has to be matched with the right opponent. He only come this way once in life. You're not going to see Manny Pacquiao again in 5 generations. So I think if he wants to fight, he should fight, and I don't think he needs to retire right now.
Okay, and you, Ted, have covered Pacquiao since the beginning of his career. How is a fighter like him likely to take this type of knockout?
Not good. It is a devastating thing psychologically for a fighter to get knocked out. And that's what I'm saying, though. Pacquiao has to do some reassessing in his own life. There's this whole story going on over here. His mother was claiming that he's abandoned his Catholic faith. Indeed, Manny, for the first time, missed the Catholic Mass that was said on the day of the fight. He actually blew it off. And I think he went to another kind of Christian service, whatever his denomination is. And the first time he didn't go to this Catholic Mass, and he also didn't, have his rosary beads. He didn't make the sign of the cross. And now there's this whole thing going on. His mother was saying, well, he's abandoned his religion and he needs to come back and find himself. And, that's not for me to say whether that's right or wrong. I'm just saying that that's another side story here going on. Manny needs to find the old Manny if he wants to continue to fight. And that's the freewheeling, whirling dervish of a fighter. And I think that he found it. He was there. I thought it was a great fight. That he got knocked out, I don't think it's such a bad thing. He was up against the guy who's just unbelievable. Márquez trained for 4 months for this and really had his number. Manny is matched properly, he can do fine. He can still have a career. Once you start seeing him get knocked out, though, that's when you got to say, you know, people got to speak up and say it's time to quit, because it can ruin his long-term health. But
Okay,
he should still fight.
What about a rematch, Ted? Do we know when the two could be matched up again?
Yeah, they were talking about a rematch. It seems almost absurd to have a fifth fight. You know, I mean, you hardly ever hear that, but it's not unprecedented in boxing. I mean, this you know, years ago, back in the 50s and 60s, guys would fight 5 or 6 times. It was such a good fight that you might see another fight, a fifth fight. But I personally think that Manny should not fight Marquez anymore. I think that Marquez is too good. Marquez has his number. You have to. What makes a good fight, the future for Manny's going to make sure that he is matched correctly with the right fighter. And that kind of fighter would be more of a straight-ahead brawler who wants to make a name for himself by obliterating Manny Pacquiao. That's the kind of fighter that Manny should fight. He should stay away from heavy stylistic fighters, because Manny's not a stylistic fighter. That's why Marquez was able to outsmart him.
Okay, but I'm sure a lot of people out there would like to see a rematch. Thanks very much, Ted Lerner, joining me from Angeles City in the Philippines. For more on that story, you can go to WSJ.com. I'm Deborah Kahn. Thanks for watching.